Yo, it's your boy Arithearchitect with More Than a Haircut podcast. Man, been a long time coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, coming to the lineup, we got KeeDirty with Kount.two. You know what I'm saying? We've been vibing, man. Just really been talking back and forth. And I was like, man, I really gotta get you on the podcast. But first and foremost, man, introduce yourself to the audience, man.
So my name Keelan, but I go by KeeDirty. You know what I'm saying? Long story. But I'm from Chicago. I'm 22 currently. Turning 23 this month. Uh, I'm CEO of Kounttwo. You know what I'm saying? I'm a entrepreneur as well. You know what I'm saying? Business owner. I got a lot of things in store. Very knowledgeable and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying I'm a rock star. That's how I'm just putting it.
Man, listen. I wish I was 22 talking about I got this and I got that, I got this and I got that, man. I can't. What was I doing at 22?
That's
I
really
can't look.
what I want to know,
I can't remember. I was
cause like,
I was grimy and grinding for real, for
cause
real.
I hear that a lot. Like people tell me like, you in a good headspace to be 22 or to just be that age in general, and hearing it so much, it just make me want to know like, what was the OGs doing at that age? You feel me? Like, what was on y'all mind? Like,
So like,
what was?
so you gotta think like when I was in junior high, they was talking about getting the internet started. Like I ain't gonna say necessarily getting it started, but we learning
Okay.
about websites and things of that nature. It's like we were still from the old school in which our folks they was giving us certain things we had to do. We got to maintain. We got to come in before the street lights come on or whatever. Then all of a sudden, here come the internet, and man, we weren't thinking about buying no food or buying clothes or buying nothing off the internet. We like, man, we heard the old folks like, man, you talking about swiping your card, credit card, man, them folks gonna steal your shit. Whoop the whoop. But it's like I think we still had a sense of like um nothing was really computerized at that point. It was starting to go there, but we was just on the verge and like hell, we talking about cell phones and shit like that. Man, I ain't have a cell phone. I was in college, bro. Like no, yeah. So just imagine that. And this is like 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. So now it's just like, okay, we was playing ball in college, really working on I was working on a media company at that time and like graphic design work. So it was like I didn't even know it was called graphic design just because it was doing what it was doing. But I had homies that was comedians and we was just doing funny shit and dumb shit where I was like, bro, we could actually create a movie or some shit off of just our crew and we could get some money. Hustling, just doing, man, just dumb shit. I played college basketball, you know what I'm saying? And just experiencing that and man, lost a cousin. It was just like it was a lot. But man, first and foremost, what inspired you to become a fashion designer? Like what was it?
Well, actually, all right, so I ain't gonna say like, no, growing up, my mom, she did everything for us. Like she gave us everything. Like we used to have our own snacks and shit. Like it was five of us, you know what I'm saying? I got three brothers and one sister that was in the household together.
Okay.
So when I got to high school,
Mm-hmm.
that's when like the fashion started booming, you feel me? So like shit like Gucci and things, then they start popping. So like my mom was just like, it's a lot of y'all, and she didn't really say that, but she just like, that shit expensive, $300
Hell
pants,
yeah. For
pants,
some
like I ain't
pants.
buying that for both people, like
Yeah.
shit, yeah. So I'm like, damn. So like, I used to just get what I can, like, and being in Chicago, we used to snatch trade shit, you know what I'm saying, sell shit, buy shit for you feel me, for the low, all kind of shit. I'm just like, man, doing all this to keep up with the trend, you feel me, to keep up with some shit that's hot. So I'm like, and just trying to just taking it to the point where I probably just get get a hold to some facial and wear it just to get the
Hey, we going to the Africans like, hey, bro, we need them joints. We need them joints, fool.
man,
Hey, the Jordan sign pregnant as a motherfucker, dog.
just to get popping. So I'm like, man, I'm finna, I'm gonna make my own fashion brand. I'm gonna get this shit popping and I'm gonna get it up there. You feel me? So like, and then make it affordable to everybody. You feel me? So like, nobody ever gotta feel like, and make it come with a lifestyle. So not only is like you buying clothes, when you wear these clothes, you feel a certain kind of way. You
So it's a
feel me? Like,
lifestyle.
yeah, it's a lifestyle before anything. It's a
Yeah.
lifestyle before anything. You feel me? So, and it just give them that confidence. You know what I'm saying? And the capability to just be you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So
No,
it's a whole bunch of
that's
shit that got that though.
no that I mean that made me think about part of like why I was doing the designs because nobody was really saying like nah don't draw or none of that. It was just more or less like basketball was the thing we was doing and I got into to actually doing a graphic design for my cousin. He a Sigma, and I was getting their first shirts designed and shit. You know what I'm saying? For they crew. You know, for the Sigmas for his line. But me with the I say the film company, it was more or less my uncle was always filming the family doing family functions, whether that was Easter, Christmas, or whatever. He always got the camera out. So shit, my brother and I took that up. I think that we took that on as like we wanted to do like a film company and shit like that. We still both do film, but it's just more or less we've gotten the other things to generate revenue and income. So when the time comes, hey man, we be able to put some money on the table and say, hey, here, this is what we finna invest into. And it's more so we don't gotta be out in front like, like most people want. They want to be out in front, you know what I'm saying? What do
Yeah.
you love? What do you love about being a fashion designer?
Uh, just being well. One thing for sure is seeing people faces when they put on my clothes. You know what I'm saying? Or
Okay.
when they see it, when they see it. You know what I'm saying? The feeling it give me like damn, like people really they really rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
really genuinely rocking with what you presenting. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, it's like how can I put it? Like even me being I don't want to call it weird because it's like I'm being me, you know what I'm saying? Like I be wearing like my pants legs up and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And they just you feel complimenting that and things of that nature. So just knowing that people just genuinely love what I'm doing and it inspired them to, you feel me,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes to do what they want to do and you feel me open up to things of that nature. So that's probably the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? Inspiring other people.
Yeah. The
And
inspiration. But
yeah, yeah.
it seemed like it came from like that conversation you had with your mom too, you know what I'm saying? Again, it made me think about my mom and dad. Like my dad used to design his clothes. So you know what I'm saying? Like he'll design his clothes and have my auntie, she'll make that shit from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like his suits. Like
Yeah,
I got some photos and stuff I'm gonna show you, bro. You're gonna be like, hell no. Like my auntie made that shit. Shoes and all. You know what I'm saying? He would design the shoes and everything. But
I'm
like,
with you.
yeah, we grew up with that when my pops, he had a suit line and he was naming it after me and my brother and sister, like a tuxedo line. So, like that then my mom, thinking about when you said the designer names, my mom was like, boy, I'm not finna spend no money on no damn clothes, you know what I'm saying? Like you put your own goddamn name on your clothes, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I respected that to a point where I got a book out called Got Vision coming out where I talk about my son and how he invested in a Nike, won some Jordans. And I told him, man, like my mom told us, bro, like I'm gonna get you what you need. I ain't finna buy you what you want. But I was like, let me change that narrative. So you bring me $20, I'm gonna go sell the cannabis stock that I just made money from, and I'm gonna invest in the Nike. And now you get in at $60. Now I guess what that shit worth 135. So now you got bread in your bag. So I'm like, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like this just some techniques that I didn't learn it from my mom, but I'm like, let me add it to what I'm doing. So now the function is, you know what I'm saying? It's some functionality in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah. So
Eh,
what's the name of your brand and like where how did you create the idea? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, if we're being honest, this is how I went. So uh my brand name is Kount.two.
Uh-huh.
And like overall, the person that I am, I
Uh-huh.
always been the type of person like, you know, uh like I like doing things in a group. Well, I wouldn't say in a group, but I like togetherness. You feel me? Like I don't like too much of that the division and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
using Kount.two was
Uh-huh.
basically saying like how can I put this? Okay, so it's two of us, right?
Okay.
And we whatever we doing, we'll be able to manifest it faster than just
You
opposing.
by yourself.
Yeah, I'm doing it myself. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
like anytime you just see me, just know I ain't the only one pulling strings. You know what I'm saying? Like we move as a group, we move as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna always move like that. That's why I use the hyena. You know what I'm saying? As a representation. You know what I'm saying? Because the strategic way the hyena moves and things of that nature,
Yeah.
it's just perfect. It's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, if we did things of that nature, us as people, if we strategically plan things and moved as a unit, you know what I'm saying, the bigger the pack, you know what I'm saying, the bigger the goal, and that's every time.
So that's, I mean, that, like, it sounds like I got a lot of coach in there. Like, that's some stuff that to where I would include that. I would make that inclusive into, what I'm saying, the work. Like when you said the hyena, like shit, that'll be, to me, that'll be dope. Just like the print you got on now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing a lot of prints like that. I'm not seeing a lot of thought like that. You know what I'm saying? To me, that stand out versus a regular t-shirt, somebody saying they got a line. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm seeing the patch on the left, you got it on the right. Like, hey man, that's to me, that's trend set. You know what I mean? Like that's what my pops told me to be like. He was like, you ain't gotta be a follower, be a trendsetter. Everywhere you go, know somebody. And that man, that stood out the most. That and he said, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I'm like, man, what, man? You spend that talk, man. Yeah.
And yeah, that was the biggest thing with me too. Like I never like being like everybody else. Like I always like standing out. Like even since a shorty, like I used to do crazy stuff. Like I like in school, you know, they give you the IDs with the lanyards and shit. I used to just walk around with them bitches tied around my head, like with writing on my IDs and shit, just walk around with it hanging on my head and
Yeah.
all kind of like I always just stand out, like making sure like you know I ain't looking like because we used to wear uniforms in school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna look like 100,000 motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
finna be the one that got the. But if I gotta put mustard on my shirt, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put
You
mustard on
sound,
my.
man,
Believe me,
you
I
sound
don't.
like you sound like me, bro. Like that's what I told my homies in our crew. I was just like, I can't be like everybody else. Motherfucker, I got everybody, we all got black shirts. Bitch, I got some bleach on mine. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
But
I ain't mean to do it. I just spilt the bleach. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is Arithearchitect with More Than a Haircut podcast. Tune in every Friday for new content. Definitely on Anchor as well as YouTube and on IG. Hit your boy up. It's More Than a Haircut. How do you stay updated with the trends in the fashion industry?
okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. So really personally I do my own thing, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, so I'm always creating new shit, you know what I'm saying? So I got more to I say more to offer than to, you know, than keeping up with, you know? So
Yeah.
like I don't too much know what's going on with other fashion. You know what I'm saying? I just do my own thing. You know, I study other corporations and things of that nature, but you know, I'm pretty much doing my own thing. Like I'm creating. I'm creating.
No, I mean I think that's the proper way to do and be. You know what I mean? Like when you I just feel like when you thinking 10 steps ahead, kind of like what you want to do and what you want to present from your brand. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You study other brands. That's
Yeah,
to
for
me,
sure.
that's how you get in the lane that you've gotten in. So now it's like how do and like what does that culture stand for? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
what are you bringing to implement changes in the culture? I think that's a big thing when you're talking about trends and like how you feel about that as far as like what's the culture of Kount.two?
Okay. So yeah, so really, like you say, what's the culture? The culture is you, and what I mean by that is is you. You know what I'm saying? It brings out that individuality. It brings out that self character. You feel me? So,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's a community, it's gonna represent you. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so diverse. That's why it's so disparate. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. It's not. You can't really compare it to another brand. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's as deep as it's gonna get. Honestly,
I got you. I got you.
like the culture was very important to me as well because like I feel like not to throw no dirt on nobody's name or nothing like that, but I don't really feel like too many clothing companies or things of that nature really implement culture into their things. So like like real culture,
Yeah.
that represents real situations and things of that. You know what I'm saying? So like I wanted to, because at the end of the day I got bigger goals and things like that. So the brand has to represent me and represent what I stand for. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? So like represent real life situations, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, coming together and
Yeah.
strategically planning and moving and things of that nature, like it's real. The hyena, like
Yeah.
it's serious,
Almost like that's the mascot.
man.
Yeah. I can dig that. Like I can it's almost like I can see where you going with it and how you want to bring that, that pack. I actually got it's a it's a it's an artist out of Denver, and I bought a hyena for my son because that fool always laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like the hyena laugh. And I was just like, I thought that was a good piece for him. I might be able to connect you to as her being an artist too. And that was one of the styles that she brought forward. So like what is fashion for you, like personally?
Fashion for me is everything because it kind of like helped me express myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure a lot of other people feel that way. That's into fashion. Like it just helps you express yourself. You know what I'm saying? When like nobody really understands you, like like but you see me, doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pretty much get a representation of what I stand for.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's what's up. You know what I mean? I think that in itself, like that's what's needed, bro. For real.
yeah.
So
And really, I'm taking fashion to the next level. Like I know everybody is not into fashion, but you know, it's gonna be more of a self care thing. You know what I'm saying? Like take good care of yourself. You know, dip yourself in
okay.
the fashion, nothing else.
I see what you're
Because
saying. I see what you're saying.
I take pride in the quality too. Like I don't just get any kind of quality products and things of that nature. Like I pay top dollar for what I'm getting, and I'm
Mhm.
making sure y'all getting the best. Cause like we treating kings and queens, so you kings and queens gotta have the best of the best. You feel me? And none the less. So gotta go
Gotcha.
like that.
Gotcha. So how you being you, like how do you define your personal style?
Uh,
Cause I know it ain't in the box if you talking about a hyena, then I'm looking at what you got on. It's just like,
I
man,
just say
this man already got his own fashion show shit. He can put his own fashion show online by himself. Like,
but
damn.
I just say like risky or like expensively styled is like I'm gonna look like money with the cheapest thing on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Call it. I like
just
that.
like, you just gonna know like, hey, this cat different. Like, who is this cat? You know what I'm saying? Like just that vibe that I give when I dress and when I'm able to put on what I like and things of that nature and put things together. Like
Mhm.
just uh,
Nah,
I
that's
risky for sure. You know what I'm saying?
no. I think that's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? So this is pretty much like the last question that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't want to take up too much time, but I did. I definitely wanted this interview. I definitely wanted you on the podcast, and then after this, I definitely want to get you to share on the shape up. You know what I'm saying? To like summarize everything. You know what I'm saying? So
All right, for sure.
according to you, what skills are necessary for becoming a successful fashion designer?
Listening, studying,
Mm-hmm.
being active. Mm, and being yourself, uh, being expressive.
Okay.
Those probably the most important things I say because, like I say, fashion is a way of expression. You feel me? So like you have to have that for sure. But yeah, I say those probably the most important things to have.
So before we get into the shape up, I do want you to tell people where they can find you, where they can follow you to see the merch, get in contact with you, and we can even share it, once we put this together. We can share it on the screen or whatnot, or
Yeah,
even in the info.
yeah, for sure. So you can follow me at KeeDirty, KeeDirty on Instagram, or the Kount.two page at Kount.two. And the merch is on the website, you know what I'm saying? The link is in the bio, it's www.Kounttwo.com. We also dropping the winter collection December 19th. So whatever y'all able to see now, you know what I'm saying, it won't be that much longer, you know what I'm saying? Everything is explicit, you know what I'm saying? So when you see it, you better get it, because if you don't get it, you ain't got it.
Yeah. So now just on the shape up, just to kind of summarize, just summarize just what you're looking to do in the near future, as well as just the conversation as a whole. Like, what did you take from, just being a guest on the podcast, and just in a nutshell, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, first things first, with Kounttwo, we will be implementing big things to Kounttwo. I really don't want to say
No,
what
you
I
don't. Yeah, you don't have to give them everything. Like,
yeah,
we see how you rocking out already, bro.
yeah.
Like,
So I'm
you
gonna
on
just
you on to something, bro. Like, you on to something big. So you ain't got to go all into it. But just when I'm saying like the future, like what are some of your goals? Like
okay, yeah,
it
I
can
did
be
that.
like
Okay.
the next few years, the next few seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right. So in the next few years, phase two will be a part of Kounttwo as well. It's just gonna be like it's like a form of constructing a way of living. You feel me? Like I say, Kounttwo is a lifestyle. So if you don't really understand what Kounttwo is, you gotta tap in phase two. The phase
gotcha.
two will really give you the backstory of who I am, what Kounttwo came from,
Hmm.
and what Kounttwo is. You feel me? And
Yeah.
once you enter that, we gone, you know what I'm saying? We gone. But yeah, that yeah, I'm gonna just get y'all that for right now. Phase
Oh,
two.
that's cool.
I got a book coming as well. This month actually.
Wow.
So make sure y'all stay tuned for that as well.
So
And
you just heavy in the game, as they say.
man, yeah, yeah. Man, cause like really, I've been doing like before I actually became an entrepreneur, I was doing a lot of studying. So like
Okay.
I did like 3 years worth of studying before I even made any moves for real. You feel me? So
Okay.
like these last 2 years when I actually started entrepreneurship, it was actually like, okay, now that I know all this stuff, you feel me, that's not really being implemented into entrepreneurship. I need to learn about entrepreneurship. So like the last 2 years, I've been learning a lot about entrepreneurship, how to run a business, hence how we met, you know what I'm saying? Just, learning things of things of that nature. So yeah, for sure.
No, it just sounds like a lot of hard work and dedication, to be honest with you. And that's, to me, that's what it takes, especially if you striving to do for yourself,
Yeah.
and really be a trendsetter. I think it takes that, man. It takes the studying. It takes isolation. I just feel like if you don't isolate, then how are you gonna know who you are when you look in the mirror? That's just, I'll summarize like my own personal thing. Some of this stuff came from just me personally, just sitting out like, all right, what I want to do. Sometimes I just let the paintbrush do all the talking per se. I let the paintbrush guide me sometimes. Like, I don't have a formal education in art, but me knowing colors and how it flow, like even this paint behind me, I just did it in layers. I might have started with a blue, but it looked purple. You know what I'm saying? In the mist, I'm adding colors, I'm taking away, I'm adding the highlights. And you know what I'm saying? That could be a book, that could be a tattoo, that could be something, you know what I'm saying, for somebody. So
And
it's
now it's real that you say that because like if you speak on isolation, it's funny that you say that because like the last 3 days I've been to myself. Like I ain't really been, like now I've been to myself, like to myself, you know what I'm saying? And I just came up with some brilliant ass ideas in that time. So like you definitely right about that. That's when you get the best of the best of you. You feel
mm.
me? When you just get that isolation time. So yeah, I'm glad you just touched on that 'cause that's important.
it's vital, and it's like I told you, I'm sitting here learning, and getting on typing.com, learning how to use that keyboard even better than what I've already know it to be. So now if I'm doing that, when I get on here and I'm able to look at the screen and I'm typing, it's like music for me. I do that naturally. Like when I walk around, man, I hear music. So it's just like it's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, I'm not gonna hold you. I appreciate you joining the podcast and sharing, man, and just taking the time out to be a part of it, man.
I appreciate you having me, bro. I appreciate your time as well, bro. You know it.
Yeah. Hey man, this has definitely been dope. You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? This is more than a haircut podcast. I'm Arithearchitect, KeeDirty with
KeeDirty.
Kounttwo. Hey
Kount.two,
man.
y'all shop, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yes, sir.